I wanted to make sure you guys know to stick around to the end so I can give you the answers to last week's pop quiz and a shout out to those of you that participated. So stick around. What's up, everybody? It is Courtney Hoelscher, and we're doing another painting today. Imagine that. I have my coffee. I hope you do. Today we're working on a 12-inch by I think it's a 15-inch by 30-inch canvas, so it's sort of an elongated proportion, which is one of my favorites. I really like the square, and I really like the elongated proportion. But I do paint a lot on your standard proportion of 16 by 20, 18 by 24. This one is the elongated proportion, sort of extreme rectangular. And we're starting out with a background of golden fluid acrylics, ultramarine blue. And I'm not doing the dual tone this time. I have been doing a lot of backgrounds in a sort of dual tone, the horizon in the middle. Hey there. Horizon in the middle with like one color in the foreground, I'm showing you that color because it's like a muddy mixture of gold in a dirty cup. I don't know, I guess I was using it up from the last painting. So it's gold with maybe some blue mixed in, and then there's more gold. I didn't do the dual tone of the ground being a different color than the sky this time. It's all your ultramarine blue. And I'm doing my swipe line in iridescent gold, and that is my iridescent pearl, the second color. Then I'm coming in with burnt sienna, just a little bit. And more ultramarine blue. A little bit. And, well, more pearl. Okay. And it looks that the canvas is slightly tilted. Trying to do that more in order to avoid puddling. Oh. And touching up a few bald spots on the edges. So my mixture, if you're not familiar, is always golden fluid acrylics. Every color is golden fluid acrylics, and then I mix it with GAC 800, which is a golden product. It's sort of their pouring medium, and also Flood Floetrol. That is all I mix my paint with, just those two ingredients. Doing a swipe, allowing the drips to happen because I love the drips. Gives your eye a place to rest. And second portion of the swipe. Come on, drips. There we go. I use a proportion of 3 parts GAC 800, 2 parts Flood Floetrol, and 1 part paint, no matter what color it is. And I pre-mix my paint in large containers, leftover soda bottles, like the liter soda bottles, or I even reuse my GAC 800 bottles because I buy GAC 800 by the gallon. And I'll mix the colors that I use a lot, I'll mix in those bottles. So I wasn't really digging the tilt very much, so now I wasn't digging the swipe very much, so now I'm tilting. I have sped this video up a bit for you, just so it's not too tedious to watch. And that corner was giving me some problems. Didn't want to come down. So I'm adding a little bit more paint. Whoa, that's a lot of paint. And then I do a little swipe just to blend it in a little bit. So I really like the buttery, filmy, iridescent sheen that you see there with the iridescent pearl and the gold and those cells that are stretched out. I love that. It's like a veil. And right now, looking at that, I almost wish I would have just left it right there. But I didn't. I noodled. And so I have been trying more to, especially if I'm not digging the swipe, to experiment a little bit, play around, add some nuance here and there. So you see I have a bamboo stick and a bamboo chopstick, and I'm adding a little more contrast to that swipe line that has become ziggy-zaggy with the tilt. And I'm just dragging it around, adjusting it, seeing what I can achieve, because the middle right there is just a little odd. And then I go over to this corner, trying to add some contrast there too. But look at that in the upper middle portion of your screen, the stretched cells with that iridescent pearl over the ultramarine blue. When that dries, that would have been gorgeous. Alas, it doesn't stay this way. So yeah, I added a lot of paint to that swipe line and I wasn't digging it, so I'm playing around with some of that ripple swipe technique of Kathleen Osmore's. I didn't like that either, so I'm going big, y'all. Bleh. I don't mind that the middle is different than the left side and the right side. I think what I was trying to do is just make it similar but in a different way. Not trying to re-achieve what was happening on the left or the right, but just to make it cohesive. Because there is a rule of thirds in art, and it is nice to break up the space some. So having a difference in the middle would not have been awful. I just could never get it the way I wanted it to be. That's lovely, except for that jagged line of blue right there. So then I poured some on my little junk mail card and tried to add it by swiping. And I should have maybe in this process stopped and let it settle a little bit. I think I got a little impatient and frustrated, and I don't know what that was with the trying to, that was a mistake. Good Lord. So yeah, it just went downhill. I should have left it and let it settle because it wasn't that bad, but then I pulled out the straw and I screwed it up. So yeah, go ahead. What you gonna do? Yeah. So a little bit of pearl, a little bit of gold, a little bit of blue. Indigo. Is that indigo? I think that was the indigo instead of the ultramarine. Okay, then I do a second swipe in the center with some drips. With a little bit of a tilt. It's starting to feel more cohesive. Different is okay, but congruence congruent, cohesive. Congruence and cohesion is better. So I'm just trying to make it feel like it belongs in the same family as the left and the right side. And it is. I feel like looking at it right now, it was all right. I was getting there. That would be a fun painting to look at. And I bet as it settles, as it would have settled, this would have been quite attractive. But there it all goes. You see what's coming. Redo. Got my gold. Got my pearl. Here we are 10 minutes in, and we're starting over. I'm sorry. Some of you, like me, were probably looking at that and thinking, dang, that's pretty nice. Oh well. It gets better, I promise. So we're swiping again. Oh, I love that buttery, golden, buttery, filmy on the blue. It's just my favorite. That's why I can't get away from this color scheme, y'all. I bet some of you are sick of seeing this same color combination. The blue, the gold, the pearl, and the brown. And sometimes I get adventurous and I swap out the blue for silver. And then it's silver, gold, and pearl, and brown. There's a pattern. Actually, recently I took the brown out. Okay, so we have a swipe on the second side that I didn't even swipe in one direction. I just swiped down instead of swiping up on the right side. Thank you, Courtney Hoelscher of the past, for recognizing that lovely veil over there that you wanted to preserve. So now we have a nice breaking point in the center for the eye to rest. The swipe isn't consistent all the way across. It gives you some emphasis and interest, but it all feels like it belongs together. And it's not too much of one color pattern. You've got everything that's going on the left, but then the upper right portion and the lower right portion feel different in an interesting and pleasing way. And you still got the drips. Ooh, and I even did a little touch to accentuate that line. Nice. Good job, past me. It's coming together. It came together before. Sometimes you just don't see it, right? Until after the fact. It has really helped me to grow, I must say, by doing these videos and being able to go back and look at them. Not just the finished product, because we all see that, but like the process, right? And to see where maybe I should have stopped. Picasso once said, art is knowing when to stop. And there's some major truths to that. And as you can see, I always fall back to that swipe without the noodling. I love it. So I don't want to call this a regression because I have been branching out lately, but I love my swipe. I'm the swipe queen. I own it. I love it. Can't get enough of it. What am I doing? Thinking? No, done. Done? Maybe? Yay, I'm clapping, I'm done. Woo! Party. Oh, I'm not done. Touch-ups. I've gotten better at addressing the sides before I walk away. I always address the sides before I put it out for exhibit, but sometimes I don't always address the sides for the videos, and then I hear it from my lovely viewers. Why didn't you why didn't you fix the sides? Anyways, I think the sides are good on this. I love it. I'm not too mad at myself for continuing to piddle when it might have been okay. Oh, look at you. Fancy. Trying to make that line extra. Don't screw it up. Know when to stop. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You gotta count your money. So this is the close-up while it's still wet. Sorry for the glare, but that's a good sign if you ever see my paintings looking like that it's still wet. Because my paintings, with the recipe I described at the beginning of the video, have a satin finish. So there's a shimmer, but it is very smooth and not a high gloss glare like that, which I think is distracting. Which is why I moved away from the resin for various reasons. Also because resin was causing me health problems. There's the dried shot. Yeah, I love how the blue deepened and darkened. There's definitely got to be some indigo in there at some point, but I don't know when. I don't remember seeing myself use indigo, but that definitely looks like it's got some indigo. It's really dark. Maybe that's just the burnt sienna mixing with the ultramarine blue to cause a sort of indigo effect similar to like the quinacridone magenta, because burnt sienna is also a red hue. I bet you that's what it is. Maybe. That's gorgeous. I love it. I love it. Yay! I hope you guys like it. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.
Hey, did you know that I have a Patreon now as well as a Teespring account? You can support me by becoming a patron, or you could buy some merch. There's a banner down below where you can buy t-shirts, hoodies, tank tops, kids shirts, also coffee mugs. Also, if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe and click the bell if you want to get notified of my next videos. And as always, thanks for watching. Bye.
Hi, thanks for sticking around. I just wanted to give a shout out to those people that participated in my fun pop quiz, which was unintentional. I really hate to do that to you guys, but my camera died and I just kept on painting, clueless to the fact that my camera had died, and I just couldn't not share the painting, so that was what I came up with, was to do a stupid pop quiz. I really appreciate those of you that participated. A lot of you had some pretty spot on guesses. I can't even say whether anyone was like more correct than others because so many of you were so close. So I'm just going to read off the names of the people that participated and thank you, and then we'll look at the painting and I'll talk about what I did. So thanks to Julia E., Linda Reeve, Deborah Wickman, Brianna Lyon, Red Wine, DZ Art Collective, that's Doug, hey Doug, Sarah, Judy Hinckley, Andrew Walker, Rita Bunn, that's my mom, hey mom, Vanessa Fendison, I'm probably like totally botching a lot of these names, but and I apologize. Janet Owens, Deborah Dieterl, Cause Creations, Art, that's Kathleen, hey Kathleen, Kelly Gibbs, Barbara Malls, Stacy Cordell, Ula Kopanen, Monkey GP, and Everett Burge. Also, super special shout out to Paul Wilkins, because Paul Wilkins, mixed media artist, because he said, you used a sprinkle of magic, a swipe of inspiration, and a tilt of brilliance. That made my day. I really like that. And yeah, that was exactly right. That's exactly what I did. But anyways, thanks for playing along and being good sports, and let's talk about the painting. So here he is. The first thing I will say is that there was a swipe, you know. You saw I was about to do that when the camera died, and of course those drips happened with the swipe. And then I came back in at the top because it was just too gold, and I added some iridescent pearl right along the edge, and then I did a swipe, swiping that down with some shorter pieces. And then I also grabbed some of that gold, which is why you see these jagged edges, and I pulled that down into the purple a little more, breaking the space. Also, these curly bits here are due to some straw blowing, which some of you guessed. And I really like those because they feel like flower petal stuff to me. I don't think I did much down here. I just tried to break up that space at the top. And yeah, so I pulled the purple down into the iridescent pearl a little bit, and then I pulled the gold down into the purple a little bit. And so just breaking up that upper space some after the swipe. I don't remember what the swipe looked like, but apparently I didn't like it because I fiddled with it some. But I believe that's about it. And I like it. I still am not sure if I like it this way or if I like it better that way. Because this way, I feel like there's a face growling at me. Can't quit looking at the face. He's very grumpy. And maybe I don't see it as much this way. I don't know. You let me know what you think. And thanks for sticking around, guys. It was fun. I'll promise not to do that again unless my camera dies again. Huh? Bye. Have a great week. See you next time. Thanks for watching.